Inland Empire Television, Kern County in Depth with 17's Jim Scott.
Welcome. Good to have you with us this weekend. I'm Robert Price, substituting for Jim Scott, and this is Kern County in Depth. Everything in our world today seems to play out within the context of questions about COVID-19. Questions like, what can we do safely that we've always done? With what restrictions? Well, most of the issues that have concerned us pre-COVID are still issues. They've simply been crowded out by the headlines of election year politics, Black Lives Matter, business closures, and the debate over face coverings. One such issue that's been pushed a bit to the side is California high-speed rail, specifically funding for the state's ambitious, decades-long development of a 500-mile north-to-south bullet train. Well, construction of Phase 1 between Merced and Bakersfield is, despite some hitches, still very much underway, but uncertainty abounds. High-speed rail is funded by 25% of the state's ongoing cap-and-trade proceeds. February's auction of those pollution licenses brought in $613 million, but the quarterly auction in May was a paltry $25 million. For that, we can blame shelter-in-place orders that reduce travel and thus demand for emissions allowances. Future cap-and-trade auctions like that could ultimately devastate high-speed rail's chances of ever reaching the finish line. The rail project is also under growing bipartisan pressure. Southern California Democratic legislators would like to see funding diverted from the Central Valley to urban mass transit projects. Translation, Southern California. And Republican legislators, led by Assemblyman Vince Fong of Bakersfield, would like to see those millions moved to education. But the upside of high-speed rail is huge. The connectivity it would facilitate would help balance the state's overall economy with that of the Central Valley, which lags well behind California's northern and southern population centers. And as Bakersfield Assistant City Manager Jackie Kitchen stresses, a high-speed rail terminal, the one planned for Golden State Avenue at F Street, would energize the city, particularly the northern half of the downtown area, which has not enjoyed the new investment we've seen in other sections of the city's central business district. The F Street terminal, which is now tentatively set to come online in 2028, would encourage downtown residential development. That's the type of transformation urban planners regard as essential to a city's sustained vibrancy. The terminal would encourage more restaurants, office buildings, tourism, and urban parkland development. If it ever happens. Will it? Should it? This week, I asked 4 transportation and planning experts to weigh in on those questions. I talked to Jackie Kitchen, Bakersfield's Assistant City Manager and resident expert on the potential impact of a high-speed rail station, Andy Kuntz, President and CEO of the Washington, D.C.-based U.S. High-Speed Rail Association, Aaron Hakimi, Executive Director of the Kern Council of Governments, the regional transportation planning agency, and Brian Annis, Chief Financial Officer of California High-Speed Rail. Join us for the conversation right after this.
Do you owe more on your RV than it's worth? Many financed RVs depreciate quicker than they're being paid off. Plus, your payments, insurance, and DMV fees are being wasted unless you're using your RV. If you own an RV and are not using it, stop by Barry's RV, Highway 99 and 7th Standard Road, and get a free appraisal. We'll give you a check right on the spot, and we'll take care of the paperwork. Barry's RV, treating others the way they want to be treated.
Find your keys. Find your get up and go. Find pants that aren't sweats. Find your friends. Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now, during the Chevy Open Road Sales Event, get up to 15% of MSRP cash back on select 2020 models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. It's time to find new roads again.
This weekend, only at More Furniture. Get the deals you've been waiting for all summer.
Now, you'll get interest-free financing until 2023. Plus, subtract the sales tax.
And we'll deliver your new furniture for free with white glove installation, including a 1-year in-home service.
But don't hesitate. This incredible value expires after this weekend, only at More Furniture for Less.
Do you dread opening your electricity bill? Maybe your current solar only covers a fraction of the cost. Listen closely because this ad is for you. Introducing Bland Company's Summer 2020 Solar Giveaway. We're giving away a free solar system, and all you have to do is send us your electricity bill to sign up. It's that easy. Head over to blandcompany.com to register.
Bland. More exciting than it sounds.
Welcome back. Our topic is California high-speed rail, its challenges and its potential in the era of COVID-19. For 3 years now, Bakersfield Assistant City Manager Jackie Kitchen has headed up a community visioning effort tied to the development of California high-speed rail and, more specifically, a downtown high-speed rail station. A downtown terminal still on the master calendar for a 2028 opening would be transformative.
We have that bike trail there along the western side of where the future station will be. We have that viaduct that you can see with the yellow line in the middle that connects the bike trail down to the Mill Creek Linear Park. And then heading back along the southern part of that map is that Wall Street Alley. And what that does is it creates opportunity for a true urban experience. We hope that it could be an amenity in the future. If someone stops off at the Bakersfield High-Speed Rail Station and has a few hours in between, they can walk down an urban paseo down to the Mill Creek Linear Park. And then you can even perhaps rent a bike and bike back up the Wall Street Alley and up along the Kern bike trail and back into the station. And it would be a really neat urban experience. Another key vision concept was really creating that public realm. So both with this image here is an image of what we envision that Wall Street Alley to be, a true pedestrian paseo. Now we'll make sure that it has outdoor dining options and lots of patio space for ultimate flexibility. And then we also looked at enhancing transit and bike facilities to connect all of these great amenities. And now the actual vision plan itself. So what we did is we came up with a 3-phase development strategy looking at the first 10, 20, and 30 years with high-speed rail. So phase 1 is now, we're in it, between now and 2025, and we identified areas of focus to be on infill development, strengthening our downtown core, and revitalizing the downtown to make it ready for high-speed rail. And this is the map that shows where some of those strategic investments can be. As you can see, we've identified locations where bike lane and bike pedestrian trails should be prioritized as we get ready and really strengthen our core for the onset of high-speed rail. Then phase 2 looks at years 2025 through 2035 and continue strengthening that core and kind of run up the spine, as you can see here, and continue to make strategic investments in the area around high-speed rail and really ensure that those parcels shown in blue, those are also some of those underutilized parcels shown in an earlier map, that they're primed and ready for key investment as the station comes online. And then finally, phase 3 is years 2035 through 2045, and it talks about building out a new district. This one was kind of the big exciting part for our community. The area around the high-speed rail station itself to the north it has a great Kern County Museum Park in it now and some really neat amenities. It also has quite a bit of open space, and we really got creative with the planning process here and looked at opportunities to make a new residential district, multifamily district, possibly a ball stadium. There's a lot of opportunity here. So with that, we also were able to identify 11 key priorities to implement the vision, and this was something that helped us on the political capital side with our council members and with our local elected officials. They really wanted to see some action items that would come out of this plan, and we were able to identify several action items that are in progress and underway to really make sure that we're launching into phase 1 of that 3-phase strategy. Some of the other final deliverables were the final vision plan itself, the top 10, 11 strategies that I just mentioned, and then the final environmental document. This is key because we now have a certified environmental impact report, which is California's version of basically environmental blessing to do a lot of this development. And with that, it really facilitates a streamlined development path for any project that wants to come in and implement a component of this vision. Adoption of this vision plan by our city council also demonstrates city support of the big picture. It establishes a blueprint for future planning and opportunity for inclusive growth within our downtown, and it provides clear guidance for the investment community. It encourages them to invest in downtown and gives them an assurance that the city will be supportive of that vision. With that, we also have a few resources, and I believe this PowerPoint will be made available to you afterwards. We have a really great user-friendly GeoHub website, makingdowntownbakersfield.com. On that website, there's a fly-through animation that I wanted to show today, but it's a little long, so I recommend you go check it out yourself. But it really shows the difference in how the downtown area will come alive through that three-phase development strategy. I think especially in light of the pandemic, it's important that we're all very thoughtful and strategic about how we move forward. We have plans and great infrastructure in place, but of course we know there will be change on the horizon, so we'll mitigate that, and it's important that we work together to address that.
Andy Kuntz, President and CEO of the U.S. High-Speed Rail Association, says high-speed rail represents an economic lifeline that can change so much about Bakersfield for the better.
It's not political at all. It's about, do you want to have convenience and opportunity and access? I go back to that map I was talking about at the beginning, that if you're in that center part, you don't have access to jobs or opportunities. Or if you live, you grow up in Bakersfield, your kids don't have opportunities for good jobs either if they can't get to them. So for a high-speed train to come to your town, that's like a gateway to the world of opportunities coming to your doorstep. So I think the issue of farms and where you actually have to build the thing, they deal with that. A farmer will get compensated properly for any loss or inconvenience that they're going to be that's going to be imposed upon them. And some of the farmers I've actually heard supported it. They were excited about it. The money they were going to make, they were going to reuse that money to build some wind turbines on their farm and make a secondary income selling wind power to the rail service. So I think really to depoliticize it and really focus on what it will do for job opportunities, travel opportunities, economic development potential, it's really going to put Bakersfield on the map. I mean, people, like I said during the webinar, they don't realize what this is going to actually do. There's going to be people coming to Bakersfield to invest and build things and do things there, and then Bakersfield people will be able to hop on a train and go north to San Francisco or south to LA real easy. So when you have that kind of access, then you fall less for the idiotic political dogma, and you start looking at this from a logical standpoint. And what will this actually do for me in my community?
But it will take some doing to get there, some doing and some money, which is very much in jeopardy. The results of the November election will go a long way toward resolving the money issue one way or another. When we come back, Aaron Hakimi, Executive Director of the Kern Council of Governments, and Brian Annis, Chief Financial Officer of the California High-Speed Rail Authority. Stay with us. You're watching Kern County in Depth.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So, Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone. Call now.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get $1,000 bonus cash on the 2020 Ford F-150 with your qualified trade. Only at your Southern California Ford dealers. It's time for the annual Clear the Shelters event. This year, it's virtual, and the adoption fees have been waived. Log on to kget.com, view animal profiles, and give your new friend a forever home. Sponsored by Fur and Feathers Luxury Pet Resort.
It's time for the annual Clear the Shelters event. This year it's virtual, and the adoption fees have been waived. Log on to kget.com, view animal profiles, and give your new friend a forever home. Brought to you by Precision Garage Door, opening doors in our community.
North Bakersfield Toyota would like you to find a new furry friend by visiting kget.com. You'll find a wonderful selection of dogs that need a home from the Bakersfield Animal Care Center. North Bakersfield Toyota is a proud sponsor of this wonderful event.
Hi folks, we're back, and we're here to remind you, if you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much money you can get for your accident and how quickly. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. Call now.
Welcome back. We're talking high-speed rail, boon or boondoggle. There's little question that an efficient, affordable, widely used high-speed rail system would do tremendous things for California and for Bakersfield in particular, but can we pull it off? Aaron Hakimi, Executive Director of the Regional Transportation Planning Agency, known as the Kern Council of Governments, sees some daunting obstacles.
The funding for high-speed rail is certainly in jeopardy. You know, the federal government took back about $1 billion, $900 million within the last year. High-speed rail appears to be on track to lose more money from the federal government. I do not believe that they are on track to deliver everything that they state that they will deliver by 2027 or 2029, whatever the deadline is. Is the funding in hand to go south of Wasco to Bakersfield? And I believe the answer is no, which is unfortunate because we've been promised over and over and over again, we will get to Bakersfield, we will get to Bakersfield. And the most serious and urgent question is the legislature has made it clear, the California legislature has made it clear, they do not want high-speed rail to continue to spend money on a project that isn't going to directly benefit the Bay Area and Los Angeles. And that's a bipartisan effort. It's not just Republicans, it's Republicans and Democrats representing the majority of the legislature have told high-speed rail, look, you need to rethink what you're doing. Don't sign up for a 30-year contract that locks the people of California in for the next 30 years. They've delayed those decisions until December. I suspect that both the legislature and high-speed rail are waiting to see what happens with the presidential election. If Trump is reelected, high-speed rail is likely to implode. If Biden is elected, they are expecting some sort of a bailout or infusion of cash. If and when high-speed rail does begin operating and comes to Bakersfield, it will certainly transform not just downtown Bakersfield. Initially, it will transform downtown Bakersfield. Like I said before, it may not, the transformation may not happen instantly, especially if the connection is only to the north. But once there is a connection, if there is one, to the south, you will see dramatic changes in the price of real estate, especially within walking distance of the station. So you can draw a circle of about a mile from of 204 and F Street, and instead of that whole southern Oildale area being sort of trashy, low income, I mean, you will literally see high-rise condos, apartments. That kind of development is inevitable. It will take 10 to 20 years to happen, but it will happen. I'll give you a great example. I was retired from the Army Reserve a few years ago, but I spent 32 years, and one of the bases I used to go to several times a year was in Dublin. It was Camp Parks. It's right literally right on the 580, about 20 or 30 miles out from San Francisco. And they extended the BART out there, I believe, around 1990, 91. So I watched this sort of little sleepy town change over 25 or 30 years. And you saw more and more apartments around the BART station. And you saw this little farm town transform into a station, a metropolis around the BART station. And it took 30 years, and the same thing on a larger scale will likely happen to downtown Bakersfield. Imagine being able to just hop on a train, go to a Dodger game, and be back by 10:30. That's really nice.
Brian Annis, Chief Financial Officer for the California High-Speed Rail Authority, says the agency has a lot riding on the November election.
You start with that connectivity, and once you have that, there's great advantages of being near a station like the Bakersfield station. So you do have businesses that realize if they have multiple locations around the state, they have a new office building near the Bakersfield station, they may want to consider, putting an office there. And, staff could travel between offices fairly efficiently. And you look to recreation, mention, people might want to go to a baseball game, and they can travel quickly to those locations. So that leads to development around those stations being very attractive for many reasons, business reasons, personal reasons. And then you start seeing attractions coming to Bakersfield that, realize it's not just the folks that might conveniently drive now, but you might pick up people in other station cities that, want to come to Bakersfield for attractions. So again, it's fairly broad economic impact when you look at high-speed rail, and it really grows from that core issue of mobility. Right now, our cash position's good. The cap and trade auctions are down. There was actually an auction yesterday that we'll get the results of next week. I wouldn't be surprised if that's another low revenue month for the auction. And the reason is people are driving less. So due to COVID, there's less driving. Other certain industries are down in terms of their emission of greenhouse gases. So I think we will see a bit of a decline in that source of revenue for a period, but when we get past COVID, it should rebound. And the other thing to realize with the auction process is those unsold credits from the May auction, they'll be offered again for sale in the future. So some of that revenue might just be more of a timing issue, that you'll see those credits sold in the coming years. But again, our cash flow is somewhat affected here in the short term.
I guess I'm not the first person to point out the irony of less driving is hurting our efforts to get people to drive less.
Well, it's, one nice thing about our project is, as I mentioned before, it's an attractive alternative to driving. So, for transition to transit to work, it really needs to be a preferred alternative. It needs to get people faster than they can get when they drive, and in some cases cheaper. And perhaps as well, you have the side benefit of reduced pollution. So you're right. We're seeing a little less driving, maybe for reasons that we didn't hope for in COVID. But when the economy recovers, we'll see those miles and cars go up again. And long-term high-speed rail is really what you need to start seeing some of that shift. And we're not compelling people to switch to rail. It's really in countries where high-speed rail operates, you see people making that switch. And again, it's a switch because it's faster, often cheaper, and it's just more convenient to get them where they want to go.
How important is this presidential election to the future of California high-speed rail?
Well, I think it's very impactful because we did have the initial federal funding come in for high-speed rail from the federal government in 2009 and 2010. Part of that was the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. So during the Obama and Biden administration, we did see funding for high-speed rail from the federal government. And since that time, we haven't received new funds. So certainly Congress right now, the House has a package to add significant funding for high-speed rail nationally. We would hope to get some of that. And yeah, I do think the next election will be very impactful for the federal position on investing in high-speed rail.
Brian, what would you say to people in Bakersfield who might be sort of dubious about high-speed rail or doubtful about its impact or the possibility of it even being completed? What would you say to those people?
Sure. Well, I just asked. Some of them have probably traveled in other countries and ridden on high-speed rail. There's also the Acela that runs between Boston and New York and Washington, D.C., which isn't which the Acela doesn't currently achieve the speeds we'll be achieving, but still that system has captured quite a bit of the travel between those cities in the Northeast Corridor. So again, I would ask them to do some study on high-speed rail where it exists. And where it exists, the people ask for more. So I think if we get this first segment up and running, if people of Bakersfield and the Central Valley get to ride it, I think they'll, like other countries, say, we want more of this. We get it. We see the advantage of high-speed rail over auto and plane trips for, connecting the major cities of California. So I'm very optimistic that, once we get the first segment up and running, there'll be a demand for more.
Some might have thought the overwhelming financial burden on Californians brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic would have forced the state to make some hard decisions, like permanently derailing the bullet train. That's not the case. Far from it, at least not now. State transportation planners are clinging to their vision of a north-south 200-mile-an-hour train. They'll need that vision to outlive a virus. We'll be back after the break. You're watching Kern County in Depth.
Family owned and operated, Crespo Roofing wishes to honor the heroes that brought Kern County through this crisis by offering a first responders discount of up to 25% and 0% financing. Call today and let us show you how Crespo says thank you.
Injured on the job? Worried you can't afford a lawyer? Call Barry Smith & Bartell, where there are no upfront fees. We only get paid if we win your case. Barry Smith & Bartell, bringing justice to injured workers.
I'm thankful every time somebody pulls into that driveway. I guarantee I appreciate it, and I want to make sure they're treated the best they possibly can.
I couldn't ask for anything better in the service than what I'm getting right now. And I've been in the service field for 50 years. I would recommend anybody going to Barry's for a used one or a new one.
We put the customer first. We're there because of the customer, not the other way around.
The 2020 census is here. Every 10 years, the U.S. Census Bureau counts every person living in the United States.
An accurate and complete count impacts funding for schools, roads, hospitals, childcare, and more.
Your responses are safe and secure. Responses to the census cannot be used against you, no matter where you're from.
The census is convenient, safe, and important. Let's make sure our communities get the resources they deserve.
You count.
We count. Together, Kern counts.
When it comes to selling your home, what do you get with that fancy full commission agent? His fancy car? His $3,000 suit? Why pay for all that when Brian Hicks Realty is your full service broker that gets better results for just 3.5%? With in-house escrow, state licensed home repair, and professional photographer, you cut out all the middlemen. The numbers don't lie. Ranked #1 in Kern County and in the state. Don't pay 5 to 6% commission. Go with Brian Hicks. He's not a discount agent. He's simply the better agent. Brian Hicks. He's the working man's agent, working harder and smarter for you.
That is our program for this week. Check out this and other editions and web extras of Kern County in Depth on our website, kget.com. I'm Robert Price. Your regular host, Jim Scott, will be back next weekend. For all of us here at 17 News, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe and be well.
Kern County in Depth with Jim Scott is a production of Kern Golden Empire Television. For more information on how you can contribute, simply visit kerngoldenempire.com.